Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Carly and today I'm going to be doing the Booktube newbie tag for my first video. But before we get started, I wanted to quickly explain the channel name. I like frogs and I like books or literature. So we add the two together and we get froglet. And froglet is also the name for a tiny little frog that's still developing and not quite an adult yet, which I feel like is kind of fitting for where I'm at right now. Not that I'm a frog, but I am still growing as a human being and I'm technically an adult. I'm 22 years old, but I don't feel like one yet. Alright, let's get started with the questions. Question 1. Why did you start this channel? I've been watching Booktube for forever, really, with like Poland Bananas books and like all those people back in the day, you know. But this past year, I've started participating in more readathons, reading sprints, and Discord channels, and I wanted to take the next step into getting more involved into the community. And I've got a camera, books, and opinions, so I thought, why not give it a try? I also don't want to look back in the future and think, what if I had started a channel, you know? Let's just try it out. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Booktube's been around forever now, so I don't think there's necessarily many empty niches on here. So I'm not exactly sure what can be unique necessarily, but I do have some fun video ideas, so I hope you all stick around for me to post those. I'm studying wildlife ecology and conservation in school, so I feel like a lot of other booktubers are in like literature, or you know, they're like English majors or like the social sciences, or they're on the opposite end like pre-med or something. I don't know, I don't see that much in between of like other types of harder sciences, so maybe I'll throw in some animal photos and stuff. I do wildlife photography too, so that could be unique. Question 3, what are you most excited for about this channel? Like I said before, I'm excited to get more involved into the community and meet more new people, but I'm also looking forward to learning and improving on new skills, so things like filming a video, editing, designing things, and just like public speaking in general, because that is not a strong suit of mine. Also, a lot of scientists are good at like the science and research part that comes with science, but absolutely suck at communicating. Blah, blah. There you go. Also, a lot of scientists are really good at like the science and research aspect that comes with the job, but absolutely suck when it comes to communicating their findings to the public, which is a super important part, so I'm hoping this helps me get better at that. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? I mean, it's fun, right? Like, isn't that why everyone likes reading, I guess? Maybe also escapism. You can take your mind off everything when you find a good book and just like focus on someone else's life for a minute instead of your own. Question number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? This is kind of a hard question because my parents read to me all the time as a little kid with like bedtime stories, so I don't really have an age where I don't remember reading. It was like very important growing up. But I guess some of the earliest books I can remember reading on my own were things like The Magic Tree House, or like Cam Jansen, or the Wayside School Stories, you know, like just those short little chapter books. Question 6 is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Maybe just like, how do they come up with their video ideas? Something like that. So question 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? So I think probably the hardest thing is just going to be learning how to talk to a camera, because that's very weird. I'm normally like pretty shy and quiet person in general in my life, so that, I don't know, it's going to take some time. I think another thing you might have already heard, but I live in a building that's very loud. There's not much like soundproofing here, and there's always people going in and out and talking and coughing and whatever, so I feel like I'm gonna have to refilm things a bunch of times. Question 8 is, when did you start reading? So, like I said before, kind of as soon as I learned how to. I don't remember a time as a kid when I didn't love reading. I pretty much was like always with my face in a book, like I was always reading. Question 9 is, where do you read? To be honest, I read a lot in my bed because it's just one of the only comfy places I have in my room here. Sometimes if I know like I want to read but I'm just getting distracted, I will go to one of my school's libraries and sit in there because I feel like I'm more accountable. Like I don't want people looking on my computer and seeing me messing around at the library. Also, I live in Florida, so it's really nice and warm outside for like pretty much the whole year, which summertime it's like unbearable, so I'm not talking about that, but the rest of the year it's pretty nice to sit outside, so sometimes I'll go out and read my book outside too. Question number 10. What kind of books do you like to read? I read a ton of Stephen King for sure. That's going to be a lot on this channel, but mainly like horror and thriller right now, but I really only started getting back into reading this past year, so I'm not super tied down to any particular genre. I really want to explore other ones. So pretty much the only 2 genres I don't see myself liking are young adult and romance. Those 2 are not really my thing, but pretty much everything else I've read books in and enjoyed, so you can expect content on all of those things. I'm sure I'll even have some where I try things like romance for a week or something like that. So I might hate them all, but you might get to see that, and that might be interesting. I don't know. Question 11 is, what does your book collection look like? So I might do another video on this, but my book collection is kind of all over the place. I've got some books right here with me at school and some back home, so I pretty much only buy used books though, so it's just kind of a random collection. I mentioned earlier I also study wildlife at my university here, so I've got a ton of books and field guides like on different animals and stuff that are not really like reading books to recommend to people. I don't know, so I don't think that many people are going to be that interested in like a bookshelf tour or whatever, but if you are, maybe I'll show them. I don't know. And that's it for the questions. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and introduce yourself down below in the comments so that I can get to know you. And if anything I said at all in this video interests you, please consider subscribing. I'm planning and hoping to put out videos every Frog Friday, so make sure to check back in on Fridays. And if you've made it to the end of this video and you're still watching, enjoy this frog fact. Many frogs can leap more than 20 times their body length. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you again for watching, and goodbye.